I'm Shelley Thomas. I'm a tech writer in the Department of English. And we're going to move away from diseases and prostitution into a really, really exciting topic of what I did on my summer vacation sabbatical. Yes, he stole my title. So I did a technical editing textbook prospectus. And I know that you all are super excited to hear about technical editing. So the idea came to me with the textbook that I was using was inappropriate for my students, my audience. It was way too based in theory, and the examples were way too standoffish for students, and they wouldn't remember the concepts. The students lacked engagement because the textbooks were so boring. And they were behind on technology. They're using, track changes and all that good stuff for electronic editing, but they're not using tablets. And I was awarded a grant from the university to get 50 iPads to put into the students' hands and get them to work with editing digitally as well as editing on paper, which you'll find out is fairly similar. So there's a textbook here, I hope. So with the preparation, research, realize that it's all been written, cry a little, write a detailed outline of about 10 chapters on it's all been written, and then cry a little bit more. Things that I added to this to make it different from other textbooks were exercises, how to use the tablets in the classroom to help the students, and the assignments that I added. So, step one, research. Realize it's all been written, say it with me, cry a little, and then write about parts of speech. So 8 parts of speech, about 16 pages, single-spaced, and then go to South Lake Tahoe and be a roadie for my guitar-playing husband and his band. Step 2, research. Realize it's all been written, cry a little, and then write about copy marking symbols. And this is about 19 single-spaced pages, and when I use the tablet, you can use these marks. And so that's the delete mark. And I can create that on a tablet and make what's called a stamp and then be able to reuse that to grade papers and to have my students also know how to do that to edit documents. And then hope, cross fingers, that the tablet angle will set this project apart and hopefully get me a book deal. And so this is what I wanted to show you. This is one of the copy marking chapter. So I have the term, transpose, the symbol, and then ways to use it. Like always pay attention to the SING's warning of chickens crossing roads. And it should be signs. And spell check wouldn't catch that. And then Wesley adopted the Dread Pirate Robert's persona to survive his separation from Buttercup. And these are the types of examples that I'm using, the types of sentences. I dig into pop culture as much as I can. So I have Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, so anything that can, and lots of things with chickens. I don't know why. I think chickens are funny. Okay, so step 3, research. Realize that it's all been written, cry a little, and then write about parts of a sentence and sentence types, about 12 single-spaced pages. Go to London with my spouse. Hi, Joe. And move on to step 3. Breathe. Remember the imposter syndrome that you felt in grad school? Get over it. Twitter, texts, and just talking with people are an amazing way to get over the feeling that everybody's already written about this, nobody's going to want your book, you're fine. So reach out to your friends for support, cry a little, and then write about levels of edit, about 12 single-spaced pages. And then just kind of make a note that walking pneumonia tends to make breathing a little difficult, because I had walking pneumonia for most of my sabbatical. Okay, step 4. Look at your outdated CV. Cry a little. Revise, and realize it's not as bad as you think. Step 5, again with the research, realize that finding publishers is much more difficult than writing. They don't want you to find them. They don't want you to know where to send something. It's that was more difficult than writing the chapters and being all, oh, I don't know anything. It was crazy. So I prepared my submission packet and, of course, cried a little, and then clicked submit. With step 6, we have breathe in, submit proposals, breathe out, cry a little. And then also note that breathing is a bit easier now that the walking pneumonia thing is getting straightened out. Step 7, we have wait, 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 and continue drafting chapters. I have sent out 6 prospecti. I teach what? Oh, and I'm still waiting to hear. By the way, 2 publishers, hand to God, wanted 2 hard copies of my submissions. And only to reply, I had to send a self-addressed stamped envelope. What is this, the 1980s? So, and maybe the whole tablet thing is just going to freak them out, and they'll just, let's go over here, where that's scary. So that is the sabbatical in a nutshell. I really enjoy writing about this stuff, and yes, it does stress me out, but it's kind of fun to be able to, where does the parentheses go? And then you can explain, and then explain why, and then they're just like, oh, eyes glaze over, which again is why I use chickens throughout my paper. Thank you.